And welcome to the Talkin' Yanks pregame show. We got another March game, spring training game, and they are on the road again. And today's lineup looks a lot more like the lineup I was expecting to see yesterday. Jake, what was your first thought when you saw these guys?
Yeah, it's playing the Cardinals in Jupiter. Drops of Jupiter in her hair. It's pretty tough, man. It's we're starting out with the young guys who still have to ride the bus just because you're young guys, unfortunately, Glaber and Uhar. Then you get a little hint to Clint Frazier batting 3-hole if you're still into that. I know the Yankees fan base has turned on him a little bit. And then TFA, things fall apart. Urshela, McBroom, Holder, Lavarnway, Lipka, Burns, and Domingo Germán on the mound. So we get to see that at least.
Yeah, it really falls off. Like, there's things I could say about some of those guys in the 4 through 9 hole, but I don't think anyone was really interested. The only guy I'll talk about there, McBroom, Holder, Lavarnway, Lipka, Burns. No, not Burns. McBroom, Holder, Lavarnway, Lipka. They are prospects in our system. McBroom may be traded at the deadline. Holder they say his glove is ready at shortstop, but his bat is not. Lavarnway is in our system, but he's like a roving vet.
Yeah, he's like 31.
Billy Burns and Urshela both signed with the Yankees, or both came as non-roster invitees. Or actually, Burns might have signed, right?
I'm not sure.
I've already spent more time on this than I wanted to. But the point I'm getting to is Urshela came as a non-roster invitee, so the Yankees need people to fill spots in AAA camp that don't get everyday playing time. So you have non-roster invitees because you just need bodies. And he has performed really well this spring, so I don't think he's going to land a job with the Yankees. But I do think that he has done so well this spring, another team's going to pick him up once camp breaks. So it's been fun to watch Urshela play, and he's a big leaguer.
Yeah, he was a non-roster invite. I mean, Jim, he is raking this spring. He is a 1.2 OPS, a couple homers, hitting .353. And this guy's a major league player. He's 27 years old. He got some run with the Indians for a couple years. I don't be shocked if he ends up in AAA, and if the Yankees, knock on wood, needed a few bodies, he could get the call if he decides to go down there.
Yeah, he's looked good on defense too.
Yeah, and it's third base, so you never know. I mean, if we see him in a Yankees pinstripes this year, it would probably be for a short bit, and then he would get released.
Yeah. All right, let's move. Before we go on to the things that we're really going to hone in on the Yankees side, let's just do the Cardinals side. It's a home game for them, and I'm shocked. I don't follow National League Baseball as much as I'd like to.
Right.
This is their starting roster. I checked their depth chart. Like, this is their dudes. I am rather unimpressed. They got Dexter Fowler leading off, Goldschmidt batting second, playing first. That's two guys that I know that are pros. But, like, I don't know, how do you say the shortstop's name? DeYoung?
Yeah, Paul DeYoung. He's pretty good, man. He's put up some seasons. The place that you'd probably see him is he ends up on those top 10 shortstop lists everyone gets pissy about. He had a 25 homer year as a rookie in 108 games. He had 19 in 115 last year. So, I mean, he's not special, but he's good. He's going to be 25 this year. If he plays 150 games, he could be a 30 home run guy easy for them.
Yeah, then they got Marcell Ozuna, who had a really good 2017 and a decent 2018, nothing special. But anyway, this is their starting roster, their starting lineup. Colton Wong, Bader, Robinson, and Gorman. So they're playing everyone, so that's exciting for the Yankees starting pitchers or Yankees pitchers. But this roster, to me, it reminds me of the A's 2 seasons ago, where I was like, what are they doing? This is such a strange mix of, like, roving MLB players and then, like, some sprinkled talent.
Well, they're missing one of their stars, Jim. They're not playing Matt Carpenter.
Who
almost won the MVP last year. And Jose Martinez gets run for him. He was one of the guys that was boxing out Luke Voit back in the day. Tyler O'Neill gets some run. So there's a couple bats they're missing. It's not 100% lineup, but I think it's kind of Cardinals baseball, too. They play a different way. Like, Yadier Molina behind the plate. Colton Wong's a really highly respected defender. Harrison Bader is supposed to be like a platinum glove type guy.
They're the opposite of the Yankees. They have all defense
basically.
Team. Yeah. It's not all starters, but it's all MLB players, basically.
Yeah.
There's no Lavarnways, Holders, and Lipkas on their side.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's funny, and hey, if this was talking Cardinals, we'd be telling you how much spring training doesn't matter. All of these guys are playing pretty bad except Goldschmidt. Goldie's got an 812 OPS. He's, just spring training, hitting the ball. Nobody else has an OPS over .708, and if you're still not that familiar with OPS, basically an average major league player would be like 750. Yeah. So, Yadier Molina with a 399, that's basically you or me getting into the bat with a box. And again, it's spring training. Not a ton of this matters. Guys could be working on different things, but this Cardinals lineup has not been doing what the Yankees have been.
Yep. And let's pivot to the Yankees now. The biggest news is that Greg Bird was supposed to be in this game at first base. He got hit by a pitch yesterday. Jake, he got hit in the elbow where he wears an elbow guard, but it somehow missed the elbow guard. And he winced when he got to first base, and I was about to make a gif of it and say something jokingly along the lines of, uh-oh, is this worse than we think? Or make a joke about last week of spring training, we got Bird wincing, and now He's coming out. And not only coming out, they're sending him for x-rays. Now, this is where part of me is like, fuck, this is Bird. When he does get hit, it's not his fault. This is what happened in 2017. He's having a hell of a spring, got hit in the foot, and that ruined his next year and a half. So part of me is like, shit, Bird's brittle, all that nonsense, because it is part of the storyline with him now. Part of me is like, if Greg Bird comes to you and says, ooh, wow, I got some swelling here, you immediately say, go get x-rays, go get this, go get that, go see this, and find out right away. So there's a chance this comes back and they're like, no, it's just a bruise, and it'll probably go away in 2 days. But that's what we were told in 2017.
I didn't even see that he was getting x-rays. I saw Booney came out and said, he could play. He's got a nice bruise. We didn't want him swinging because we didn't want the bruise to mess up his mechanics because he's locked in right now.
Yeah, they're going to send him to get x-rays. But why wouldn't you send him to get x-rays? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got the machine, set it up. Let's line it up for daddy. But yeah, I think this and the Tyler Wade quote-unquote injury from yesterday are, I think in the words of Northern California, hella precautionary.
Hella precautionary. All right. We have Glaber and Andujar, which is kind of funny that they're young, so they're like, yeah, go get your reps in. You got to ride the bus and do that stuff. When Wade just said his hips hurt from riding the bus, so I don't know. Maybe just cancel that. But Glaber and Andujar, they both had decent games yesterday. I think Glaber was on base 3 times yesterday. He's having a good spring. There's nothing to really watch. We can still focus on Andujar's defense. He had a throwing error yesterday. That was pretty silly. Just trying to do too much. Did you see that? He caught a line drive from Springer and tried to double the guy off first. And just terrible, terrible throw, which ended up resulting in a run because there was a guy on third. So that's more mental than physical. It's a little mixture.
At the same time, I don't care. It's spring training. Try that in spring training and see if you can make that peg. And then you say, oh, shoot. All right. Not going to do that in the regular season.
You're correct. You're definitely. Yep. You just erased it from my brain. I think that's when he tried to tag up from second to third, and I said, yeah, try it in spring. Now you know. As long as you remember now, don't throw it to first when there's a runner on third, because if you do mess up, it costs a run.
Right.
It would have been a good time to pull the old fake throw to first, turn around, tag the guy out of third.
There's never a bad time for that, though.
Clint Frazier. You know what? I will just make this my official what to watch for.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to have a sound effect for this or something.
Sure.
My official what to watch for is Clint Frazier. He talks a big game. Wanda takes over Gardner. Well, he does. And you can say there are ways in which he says, I want to take over Gardner. And then what he really means is whenever Gardner's done, I want to be the guy.
Right.
But most players just don't even say that. And then they don't have to spin it into like, no. What I meant was this,
Right.
And his fancy cleats, he's doing everything like he's a big leaguer. And yesterday, it's just more bad at the plate, and he made a really embarrassing play in the field, like really embarrassing play in the field. Just I saw someone, little Joe was calling him Red Blunder. That made me laugh.
Ooh.
Clint Spring is bad. There's no way it's not going to end up being a bad spring for him, especially when we wanted all these things to happen, and he wanted these things to happen. He's not making the team. But, I mean, baseball's a grind, and when you have a shitty day, you have to come out and play the next one. So let's see. Like, I'm more interested in kind of like his body language if he pops out or strikes out. Like, because I think frustration may be at a peak. The volcano might explode if he has like, one more blunder or a couple more like shitty at bats. We might see him get really, really frustrated, and I don't blame him. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's frustrated, that's a bad look. It'd be a fine look. And so I'm not watching for his like skill. I'm watching for his body language and like to see how he handles this incredibly frustrating spring for him so far.
I like it. Yeah, we'll see. I watched one of his at bats yesterday. He got
fooled by a changeup pretty good, and then Wade Miley threw him like a 90-mile-per-hour inside fastball, and he swung right over that too. So,
dude, that's what's been worrying me the most. Like, his patience has looked good. When he gets his pitches, it's like Bird last year. Like, he's just missing fastballs. It's not that he's late or ahead. He's just not. He's missing them.
Yeah, and I think that's the definition of being in an actual slump. Like, I think that almost. I'm not going to say that makes it right, but like the approach and the mentality's there. He took a big cut at that fastball. He just missed it by 3 inches. So he's clearly slumping. I don't know if it's mechanics or something. Maybe this is the breakout.
Maybe. All right, let's move on to your what to watch for. What are you honing in on this game, Jake?
What to watch for? I'm, as you know, and something that'll be released in the next couple days, and I said on today's podcast that came out, Domingo Germán, I'm in on him. His stats from last year, you look at them, and when you saw the Domingo Germán show, you knew what you were walking into. It wasn't necessarily the prettiest. There'd be some pretty strikeouts and some beautiful pitches. This spring, 1.54 ERA, 11.2 innings, 18 strikeouts in 11.2 innings. He just looks more in command. This slumping Cardinals team of pros, I think this could be the big step up for him if he puts out a 4-inning, no earned runs, 5 innings, 8K, something like that. I think your people are going to start squawking loudly about Domingo.
Yeah, we both think that Domingo and Germán are in a battle right now for
same guy.
Domingo and Sessa for, what is it, April 1st? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for the April 1st game.
The fourth start, yeah.
The fourth start of the season. We think that Germán and Sessa are in a battle for, and Sessa's been looking good. And
your team Sessa right now, right?
But Germán, I can be blown over like tumbleweed in the breeze.
Currently live, Sessa.
Yes, Sessa.
Okay.
But if Germán does what you just said, I'm Germán.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of just going to be recency bias until it happens.
Okay, that's fair. I'm Germán. He had more than double the start Sessa had last year. He looks really locked in. So I'm excited to see him against some major leaguers. It'll be interesting to see if this Cardinal team is still slumping. Goldschmidt's the at bat to watch. I mean, Goldie's one of the best hitters in the league. So that should be some must-watch TV. But yeah, I mean, with this lineup, everyone's looking at Gleyber and Andujar. After that, it falls off a lot. So yeah, I mean, an impressive performance today by Germán basically seals the deal for me that he should be the April 1 starter.
And I have a big what to watch for here. It's the battle of Germán versus Gorman, which is the same name, one letter off. We got German versus Gorman. So I think loser has to officially change their name to the other name for one day.
I like that. You got a vowel swap.
Yeah, we got a vowel swap up for grabs here. Gorman versus Germán. So that could be huge.
That's big. Jake Woodford on the mound for your Cardinals, Jen. Jake Woodford, non-roster invite. Like seeing a Jake on the mound, though. I'll be honest.
Got a dog's name.
Ooh.
I don't know who this is. Should I know who Jake Woodford is?
No, he's 22. He's a non-roster invite. I don't know what level of prospect he is.
He's never pitched in the majors.
He's listed as a reliever, so I don't even know they could be doing some opener stuff. I'm not sure. That's something to look out for. He's been pitching well though. 7 innings, 2.57 ERA. So yeah, it could be an opener. They could be trying to stretch him out. 22-year-old kid, Jim, October 28th, 1996.
Yeah, looks like he was a starter in the minor leagues all last year, but very rarely went like 6 innings. So interesting to see. All right, now for the fun homer draft. We both went 0 for yesterday in a boring game.
Did the Yankees hit one yesterday?
No.
I'm putting that on them.
Yeah, that's not on us.
We still did our job.
I thought of a little caveat for this for the regular season. We give the audience Stanton and Judge, and we have to beat them by the end of the season.
Ooh, that. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
No, that doesn't add up.
No.
That doesn't add up. Yeah. We'll figure it out. There's
Number-wise, we could be really screwed there. We'll get it.
We'll figure out.
You're up first today.
Oh, dude, I'm picking my dude McBroom.
Ooh, the McBroomstick.
Yeah. He wasn't supposed to play today. Greg Bird was supposed to play. So McBroom gets tapped up. So whenever that happens, it's either they do brutal because they didn't prepare for it, or they're mindless. The Manny Ramirez, Bernie Williams, like, well, I didn't prepare for this. Whatever. I'll just go up there and swing it. Pops one.
Okay. I like the theory. I go back to back here, right?
Yep.
I'm doubling down on yesterday. I'm going Frazier Andujar. Clint has to bust out at some point. He's just going to run into one. And I think Andujar's working on his power swing. He's DHing today. He didn't even bring a glove. He doesn't have a glove with him.
Andujar DHing.
He's just thinking about swinging that bat. That's it.
All right, and my next pick is Urshela. I talked him up. I said he's been having a good swing. So I got McBroom and Urshela. You got Frazier and Andujar. This ends the pregame show. If you watch this on Patreon, let us know what you think. I put a new white background instead of a blue background today. Going to need everyone's opinion on that. Right now I'm leaning blue, but we'll see what the audience likes. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the game. Go Yanks. You want to hit them with like a old-timey play ball?
Hey, play ball, boys.